Hello, everyone. This week, you guys learned about measurement and validity of those measures, and we're going to use a data set, and you will apply the knowledge that you learned in this week's progress report. So what we are doing is that we have a data set measuring psychological constructs. And before we are able to use those constructs, we have to make sure that these items that we used are reliable. So to check the reliability scores, we're going to use RStudio, and then you will interpret the reliability scores of each construct and submit your progress report. So for more information about Chromebus Alpha, the reliability score that we will use, you can search online. So before you begin, you got to download the new data set that has all the raw measures. So we're going to download this file and make sure you copy and paste the file to your documents folder, which is the default folder for RStudio. So I already did that. So I have this new data file I have in my files folder. If it doesn't show up immediately, you can refresh your folder by pressing this home button. And let's look at this data file. This data file has some detailed information about the constructs. So if I will show you the constructs, Um, on the first sheet, it has the raw scores of all the questionnaire. So there were a lot of questions for personality, and the highlighted ones are measuring extroversion. The not highlighted ones are measuring agreeableness. And we had 6 items. These are the actual questions. So you can take a look at all the variable information, the questionnaire. And we had 6 measures for state hope. We had 10 questions measuring involvement. We had 7 for team ID and so on and so forth. So while we design these questionnaires to measure each construct, we want to make sure that these questionnaires, these items, are all measuring the same construct by checking the reliability score. So that's what we're doing this week. All right, so after you downloaded the file, make sure you import this data set into your RStudio. You can do it either way. So I'll just show you how to use the interface. So you can do it, you can find the file here and upload it, or you can import the file right away from this files window. So it's showing the correct sheet, and this is the code using the read Excel package, and I'm just going to import it. And now you have the data set on the source window. Go back to your script window, and let's start with a simple Chromeba alphas calculation. So the easiest way to calculate Chromebus alpha is by using a psychology package. So the psychology package has some basic psychological psychometric related commands built already for you. So just copy and paste these codes and run it. And it will install the package. My our program is a little old version, so it's showing error warning messages, but it doesn't matter. And you won't get this warning message if you have the latest version. Okay, so now I can use the alpha command. So the basic alpha command is where you designate the data file name and you insert all the variables using parentheses. I mean, quotation marks, sorry about that, inside the parentheses. So I already provided the first command for you. So you can copy and paste this code, which is going to calculate the Chromeba alpha value for extraversion. These are the item names measuring extraversion. If you remember the files shown here, right? So let me, yeah. So the highlighted ones are measuring extraversion, right? So I'm going to use this code to run and calculate the Chromebus alpha value for extraversion. So let me run this code by dragging it and running it. So if you follow the practice and application page, it will show the identical output shown here. So it's showing that this is the alpha score, the raw alpha score. The alpha score was 0.88. So all the possible intercorrelation were 0.88. And these are all additional information about these items. So to interpret all of these tables, the first part here shows you descriptive stats and overall reliability. So the raw alpha score was 0.88, which indicates a very high internal consistency that we're very confident that these items are measuring the same construct. And it shows the average inter-item correlation. The value was 0.42. This is suggesting that there's a good balance. There's strong enough relationship between the items, but these are not redundant. And the 7.4 is a signal to noise ratio. It confirms that we have a good enough, the scale is capturing good enough variance. So if you remember what you learned from the measurement slides, we need variance. It has to be a variable to be useful as a measure, right? But at the end, all you have to remember is that is all you have to check is whether the Chrome bus alpha is above a certain point. If it's above zero point 0.7, it's usable. If it's above zero point 0.8, then it's pretty good reliability. And then it gives confidence boundaries. And we don't have a lower value that is of concern because even the lower value is above 0.86. So it's pretty good. And the next table shows how the reliability will change if we drop an item. So all the items look good because if we drop them, the actual raw alpha score looks like it's gonna drop. If you have a bad item, if you have an item that does not contribute to the reliability of the overall construct, this value will be higher than the overall alpha value because that means that if you drop this item and not include it as your overall scale, the alpha value will actually increase. But for extraversion, it didn't have any of those items. Like item 11 was kind of, it would remain the same, so there's still no reason to drop it, right? And then it shows item level statistics, and all items showed positive correlation with the total score. So it's good. And then the response distribution were within the with mid to high range. If we look at the results, it's okay. So checking all of these, the analysis confirms that the scale is reliable and well constructed. Uh, the rule of thumb that you will follow is checking the raw alpha score, whether it is above zero point 0.7 at least, because if it's above zero point 0.7 is acceptable. If it's above zero point 0.8 is considered a high reliability. If it's above zero point 0.9, it's very high. The reliability is very high. This is based on Noonan Lee's recommendation, and this is used a lot in psychology and psychometrics. So we'll just follow his rule of thumb. All right, so we calculated the Chrome bus alpha for extraversion, right? And you have to calculate all the alpha scores for all other constructs. So I will show you how I would do it based on the data set we have. So since I don't like to do tedious job, I might ask Gemini to code it for me. Let me initiate a conversation. I'm coding reliability scores in R using of command. Change the variable names of the code below based on the new variables I provide. So I'll copy and paste the command that I have. New variables are. So let me copy and paste the variables measuring agreeableness. So the variables that are not highlighted here from the personality scale are measuring agreeableness. So let me just copy and paste all of these. What I'm doing is I'm using my control key and clicking the variables. So I can copy and paste these. I will paste it as a new text. I mean a plain text. So let's see if Gemini can do this for me. All right. Wait a minute. Looks like um, let me double check here. Uh, I included 17. 2, 4. Why is 3 and 4 included here? That's weird. Let me try to do this again. Hmm. It looks like there's some issues with copy and pasting the variables. So let me just do it manually. Oops. Let me copy it to a new sheet. There you go. Uh, yeah, this should work. So what I did was there were some errors copying and pasting the variable names right away from the Excel file. So I just created a new sheet, copied it here so it doesn't include 3, 5, 7, the odd numbers. And I just made sure that all the even numbers are here and included here. I copy and pasted it to Gemini. So yeah, he got Gemini, got what I'm doing. So I'm going to copy this code. It has the correct variable names. I'm going to paste it to my RStudio, and I'm going to drag the new command line and run it. So this is now the result of um, the reliability score for agreeableness. The overall Chrome bus alpha was 0.77. So it is above zero point 0.7, so it is acceptable. So I will interpret that agreeableness was acceptable, had acceptable reliability. And all the other stats it's all acceptable, nothing concerning to me. So agreeableness was good. So let me do calculate the alpha score for another set of items for measuring a construct, and then you should be able to do the rest by yourself. So if we look at our data set, let me look at our data set, and we now have hope, which has 6 variables, right? And Gemini kind of gets what I'm doing if I just copy and paste it right away because I already provided an initial prompt. I'm just going to copy and paste it as a plain text. And then it'll give me a code to calculate the alpha for me. It got it correct. I checked the variable names. All the 6 item names are encoded correctly. I'll copy this code, paste it here, uh, drag it, select those, and run it. And it looks like the reliability score for these 6 items was a 0.84. So it's above 8, right? So the reliability is high. So we're happy with that. So please um, do this job to calculate all the Chromeba alpha reliability score for the 8 constructs, the remaining 5, because since I provided the 3 for you, then you can copy and paste your R output into a Word document, and at the end of the Word document, provide an interpretation for each construct. For example, extroversion was high, so we're happy based on Nunelli's recommendation. Agreeableness was acceptable, and state hope state hope was high, so we were very happy with that too. Provide these kind of interpretation for the remaining 5 constructs and submit it for this week's progress report. And if you look at our Excel file, you will see that all the composite variables are already included in our data set. These are average scores of the items. So, for example, the composite score for flourishing, which is well-being, is an average score of all these 8 measures of each questionnaire. That is the composite score of 5.5 for this respondent um, in this data set. So you will keep on increasing your understanding about the data set and how all the numbers are created. And you will be able to better understand how each items are measured and then coded by matching the keys. For example, for gender, 1 is male, 2 is female. So you can see that this person was a male, this person was a female. And age is a numerical variable itself, so we don't need to create any additional codes. For ethnicity, we have 1 as Black African American, 2 as Asian, 3 Hispanic, 4 Native American, 5 White Caucasian, 6 others. And we have degrees coded from 1 to 6, from ranging from a freshman to a PhD. So I hope how the data is um, saved in a data set where each row represents a respondent, a case, and each column represents a variable. And when we are measuring psychological construct, we use multiple items to measure a construct, and we create a composite score of those multiple items after we check the reliability score. So if the reliability score is acceptable or very good, then we are confident that we can create a composite score and use it. The way to create composite scores, we could uh, use a cap. I mean, we could use the average. We could use a summated scale by adding it all together. Then that could provide a more variance in some cases. And another way is to calculate the factor score. But using the average is kind of easier way. So we will just adopt that for the convenience for our class. All right, that is all for today. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.